there we go. Soon we get this thing rolling. Man, I tell you, I need some irritation management. Not necessarily anger management, but I be irritated by a whole bunch of stuff. I swear. The irritation management to be the way to go. That's right. Yeah. What's going on, good people? Welcome to another episode of the 710 The Slickville Show. I am your host, Jay Brown, aka Mr. 710, and we are back up in this thing once again. Yo, you just got me today, so we gonna rock and roll like we always do. Y'all know how we do. True ain't feeling too well today, but you know, we always wish good health and everybody and everything to everybody who watched this show. We appreciate you. Look, on tonight's show, you already know what it is. When it's me by myself, it's going to be a little bit of recklessness going on, but it will be okay. Bam, let me go ahead and fix that. That's the wrong thing. There we go. All right, yeah. We good now. Listen, I went to a restaurant yesterday, and it kind of made me mad, but I also understand the hustle. I get it. I get the hustle. It was a big group of us. They said most of the family on one side, the rest of us on the other side. They brought in 2 cooks. It was at a hibachi restaurant. At this hibachi restaurant, the people on this side, they had a good chef. He talked to them. They had some good interaction. On my side, he made 2 jokes. He went with 2 jokes, and it were 2 bald head jokes. Like, oh, the fire burned off your hair. Yeah, not funny. And I don't know if it wasn't funny or if I just wasn't in the mood for that joke in that moment. I just didn't have that energy for him. I ain't had a joke energy for him. My bad. No joke energy for you. But that was the only thing that he said the rest of the time, outside of asking us what it was that we wanted to eat. But then they got the nerve. To go ahead and drop that. So at the end, they had everything split up. They went ahead and had everything split up. We paid for our stuff. Well, I got the receipt. I got the bill. Look at the bill. Automatic gratuity, 15%, 5 people or more. Boom. Got you. And then for your convenience, we're gonna put another tip opportunity for you on this bill. We're gonna give you another tip opportunity. And that tip opportunity, if you weren't looking for 10%, this amount. For 20%, you gonna show out this amount. And if you just feel like just being overly generous and breaking the bank and splurging on this service that you receive from these chefs, these hibachi chefs, I don't even know if that's what you call them, but you can eat it. You can add, I think it might have been 25 or 30%. Not gonna be able to do it, in the words of the great Jalen Rose. You're not gonna get no extra. You already took 15%. Now you want to get extra for some non-extraordinary service that we receive? Nah, we ain't got it for you. Just couldn't do it. Just couldn't do it. And when we left for the restaurant, we was all standing outside talking, kind of trying to figure out what the next move was, and this dude ran out of the restaurant, sneezed, wiped his face, and went back in. I was highly irritated by that. But when I heard the sneeze, I jumped a little bit, like, damn. And I jumped. That's my reaction now. Damn. Instead of, hey, bless you. It wasn't that. It was damn. Like, he raw dogged that sneeze. I know he did. Sneezes sound different when they covered than when they raw dogged. Hi-chow! Nobody want to know. Like, you can't raw dog sneezes not even outside. Heck yeah! Get you beat up. You deserve it at that point. When I hear it, it just it puts me in one of those modes. Puts me in one of those modes in the same way that, like, I listen, I hear everything. I feel like my phone does too. My phone listens way, way, way too much. It listens way, way, way too much. And this is a problem for me. This is a problem for me because while it's just listening and lighting up, my phone lights up when it listens. I can ignore it a little bit, but it don't mean they don't get on my nerves because I'm talking to my phone like, stop listening. I'm telling it, stop listening. It listens. My phone listens to anything, everything. Conversations that just be in the way, it'll start listening. My damn phone listens to music. My phone, look, it made me so mad one day. It interrupted my music to listen. And not just one time, not just twice, but it was like 3 or 4 times in which my phone interrupted my music to try to listen. I might have been listening to See Murder or Project Pat, and I think my phone was like, huh? Turn this down, huh? Oh, I thought y'all was talking to me. Ain't nobody talking to you right now, phone. Phone be having me up here like I'm crazy, telling it to stop listening. And then it light up again, turn down my music, and starts listening some more. Come on, fam. Like, nobody's talking to you. You're doing all this eavesdropping for no reason. Unless you want to know what type of gangster music I listen to. I got a problem with my phone listening too much. And I got a problem with listening too fast. And it's primarily like when it comes to kids or people I don't like too much, I might listen too fast sometimes. Like with the kids, I can hear it before it come out their mouth. As soon as they walk through the door, Mr. Jason, no. No. I know what you're going to say. You're going to ask me for something. And the answer is no. Not all the time. Sometimes. Happened to me this weekend. Naya abandoned me with the kid all day, and he came in and we had just left the park. We were on our way home, and he feels like anytime that we get in the car, that we got to stop and get something to eat. We go to the park to go work out. he want to stop and go get some McDonald's. He want to stop and go get something, anything. It doesn't matter. He just want to go somewhere else. Like he treats the ride home in the same way he treats us giving him a task to go take a shower. Like he got to do something else before he come back downstairs. Like go upstairs, take a shower, put on some fresh PJs, come back downstairs. It'll never just happen like that. It'll never just happen like that. Well, on the way home, I was low on gas. He was like, Mr. Jason, can we get some gas? Well, yes, we can get some gas. Absolutely. We can stop and get some gas. I got you. Yes, we can get some gas. Mm-hmm. But today he told me, like, a conversation about toilet paper came up. Don't know how it started, but he was like, Mr. Jason, I need some toilet paper in my bathroom. And my response was like, what have you been using? And he said, nothing. And I lost it for a quick second. And then I brought it back in. Like I was quickly irritated. And the only reason why I was quickly irritated is because nothing did not seem like an appropriate answer at that time. Like it had to be, it was like nothing, period, that half second of dead air before I responded. What? Now, if it was like nothing, comma, we just ran out today, or I just noticed it today. Cool. That's one thing. But he was like nothing, period. And when I asked him what, he was like, well, I only number one upstairs. I number two downstairs. And I almost got mad again, just a little bit. Like, it made sense, but you could have just asked me for some more toilet paper and I would have gave you some toilet paper to take up there. And at the same time, while I was thinking about that, I was like, he a dirty little boy. He don't care about being funky. Little kids, little boys do stuff like that. Like, I'm not going to be surprised the first time that I'm doing his laundry and I start dumping those clothes out and up underneath some pants and stuff like that, there is some streaky drawers. That wouldn't surprise me. Not one bit. I wonder, do you throw those out? Or do you just throw them in there with the rest of it? The soap and the water and get it all out? Or do you risk the streak rubbing up against the school uniform and not coming out? I haven't had to cross that bridge, right? I hadn't had to cross that bridge yet, so I'm not 100% sure. But the day that I had those underwear, and I noticed them streaks, I'm gonna be like, you forgot to ask me for that toilet paper. Speaking of tissue, I realized also that size matters to 8-year-old boys. You probably wonder, Jason, what are you talking about? Like, size matters. Yeah, size matters. Like I told him, hey man, you got a booger in your nose. And his response wasn't, oh, where, which I'm glad because I already said in your nose. It wasn't in the left side or the right side. It was, how big is it? As if that was a determining factor whether or not he was going to get it or not. Or a determining factor on if he was going to use his finger or toilet paper. Like he reached up to his nose and I'm like, hey. If you do that, you have a booger on your hand. You have a booger in your hand. But why does it matter how big it is? Go in there and get rid of it. Go in there and wipe your nose. Go get some toilet paper. We're downstairs. There's toilet paper down here. Go to the bathroom. Come on, man. That bothers me. That bothers me because it's no real reason to answer that question. Ask that question. And I think he panicked that I saw it because he hurried up and put his hand up to his nose. And I'm like, dude, if you got, like, how big it is shouldn't even matter. Just go take care of it. I talk about his panic, and I panicked the other day. I was out showing some homes and showed this $1 million home out in Powder Springs. I was proud of myself. I was like, oh, I got this doctor's appointment. I'm gonna go show this $1 million home. Hopefully my client gonna like it. Hopefully they gonna like it. Shoot. I get in my car after the doctor's appointment and I go to pull up the GPS because I had never been there before. Pull up the GPS, I get a blank screen. Nothing's moving. I can see the map, but I can't type in the address. It's not looking for it. What is I'm gonna do? I love my age. Like if you were born in the late 70s and in the 80s, you were born in a surreal solid time. You were born in a real solid time because that was a time in which, like, for now, you grew up during a time where all of the technology that exists now, it didn't exist back then. But you're not too old to know how to use it. Like, you grew up learning how to use some of this stuff. Like, you had the beginning stages of it. I still talk about how interesting it is that we were coding back in our college days and didn't even understand what we were doing when we were putting pictures and stuff up on Black Planet and other websites like that. Like, that is so crazy to me that I could have been doing something other than talking to y'all on a week-to-week basis. But back to the story. Old enough to know life without it. Young enough to know how to use it. I had a map, and that was all I needed. But I panicked. I turned my phone on, turned it off, turned it back on. Nothing. My appointment was when I finished, I needed to be over there. I needed to be heading that way. It was the longest. I grew up during a time where you was going to visit a family member, a girl, you got the address, you put it in said address into MapQuest. You had your map and you had your directions. I know how to read a map. I didn't have the directions. I blew that map up on my phone. Y'all know how I go. You blow that map up on your phone. You see the streets you got to take, and you go. And you go. I was halfway over there. I called my wife. I was talking to her. I was getting ready to have her pull it up on her GPS so that she could get me there, but I had already started. I just wanted to make sure that there wasn't no shortcuts that I might have been missing. You know, on Google Maps, they'd be like similar ETA or 5 minutes faster, 3 minutes slower. I got there on time, because I know how to read a map. Because I learned how to read a map when I was a young buck. You show a map to a kid, have no idea. They just think it's something they got where you can find states and cities. Like I know that I'm mad that that the phone had me in such a panic when the GPS didn't work. I was happy that I was able to think about how I could still get to this thing because I had to get there. But I got there. It wasn't quite $1 million home. They had it listed for $1 million. But I wouldn't have had my client pay $1 million for that. At all. Now when you got to turn back around and put $300,000 into it to make it into $1 million home. And that ain't no joke. That is for real. Where's my prints? Let me find out for me real quick. There we go. But yeah, that was the longest 7 miles ever. But I wasn't late. I was not late. Let me ask you. While I'm talking about it, what was the last thing to make you panic? What was the last thing to put you into a legit panic? Because like I said, I know this GPS thing put me into a whole panic. You can't miss out on that deal. You can't miss out on that deal. You can't call you a person and be like, oh, my GPS went out. What is I'm gonna do? It's so unprofessional. You gotta be able to get there. You gotta be a little resourceful. Like, I feel like I make the cashiers at fast food restaurants panic when I pull up to the drive-through and one thing I notice is that they don't tell you how much your order is at the speaker anymore. And so we're gonna use a random restaurant. If we pull up, welcome to a random restaurant, man. How may I take your order? Yeah, can I get 2 cheeseburgers? An order of fries? 2 apple pies and a drink. A large Coke. Okay, that'll be 2 cheeseburgers, 1 order of fries, and 2 apple pies and a large Coke. Okay, pull forward. Pull forward. I have an idea about how much it should be based on what I know this stuff costs or should cost. But I feel like you also should tell me what my total is. You get to wondering, like, why aren't they doing this much anymore? And it might be because more people are paying with cards and whatnot. But you know, when I pull up to this window and I got cash, I'm paying with the most efficient amount of cash. Like, if I can give you the 6 cents so that I can get $10 back instead of $9 and some change, then I'm gonna give you the 6 cents. But if you done already put it in your register that my $10.06 meal I'm supposed to get $9.94 back. And in your mind, you already working it out, and I give you a 20.06 cents. It shouldn't it throws these kids into a panic. It throws these workers into a panic where they're like, just give me a 10 back. Just give me a 10 back. It'll be all right. Trust me. I got one of those trustworthy faces. You can just give me a 10 back. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Just give me the 10. Because otherwise, y'all want us to get off these sensors so bad. But then you want to be looking upside my head when I'm sitting in your line digging through my console for 29 cents. And yes, I will. I will dig through my console for 29 cents. I've waited longer for less. Come on, man. That type of stuff, like, I'm not worried about making y'all timer thing go off. You didn't give me the total back at the speaker when y'all started, like, come on, man. But my wife, like, stuff like that, they don't like me making their stuff late and whatnot. My wife say I always make her late. It's never on purpose. None of it's ever on purpose. I don't think I really be making her late like that. It don't always be my fault. She always tell people that I'm the late one. But that's only because I'm the person. See, my phone is listening right now. My phone is listening right now as I'm talking to you guys. That's Hunter. Oh, come on, fam. That was my phone trying to find itself. Come on, man. This is what I'm talking about. I'm over here talking about being late. I'm over here asking who's the late one. And my phone is listening. I just talked about this. This is ridiculous. Anyway, she be getting little attitudes and stuff like that when she's waiting on me. I like leaving when I leave closer to the time where I don't have to wait on people when I get there. She don't like that. That makes her upset. It makes her upset. But I try to do everything I gotta do. And then by the time, like, when I say everything I gotta do, making sure that dogs and stuff straight, making sure she got what she need, the kids got what they need, and then I get my stuff together. And when I do it like that, I'm usually the last one to be ready. And so then she be jumping down my throat. Like, I'm not gonna do her voice, but I'm always waiting on you. It's not my fault. I'm not even a pretty boy type. I just like to smell good. That's it. That is it. I just really like to smell good. That's all. So I don't like going nowhere funky. I don't like going nowhere where I don't feel fresh. And heaven forbid that I gotta wait on her for anything. If she was in the chat room, she would say, "You don't." But it's all right. It's all right. It's because I do all the other stuff first. And then I go hop in the shower and get myself together. Even when I start getting ready early, it's still me getting ready and then getting all of their stuff ready too. It's not my fault. I'm not gonna be the bad guy in this one. I don't know when it started. Like I've always been, I'm gonna leave if I gotta be somewhere at 11 o'clock. I gotta be somewhere at 11 o'clock, and it take me 30 minutes to get there. I'm probably gonna leave at 10:23, 10:27 at the latest. I'm just trusting that everything is gonna work out. Like everything is gonna be good. And I shouldn't do that, not in Atlanta traffic. But that's how I leave. She got to be somewhere at 11. She's going to leave at 4:39 to make sure she gets there on time. No, she got to be there at 11. She do plan on leaving at like 10:08. That's far too early for a 30-minute trip. And now I got to sit around and wait on folks in which my patience is trash. When I'm waiting on people, 5 minutes feel like 15. 15 feels like 45. I don't like waiting on people. And for me to feel like that and then have her wait on me, I got a good excuse though. I have a really, really good excuse for that. It's because I be helping her out. If she got to wait on me for helping her, then it should be all right. Should be all right. I don't get mad at her when I have to wait on her. What are you talking about? Look, then she gonna hit me in the chat room, talking about why am I up there lying. She over here hustling? Shame on her. And I'm downstairs, she upstairs. Anyway, bam. Shame on her. She should be in the chat room anyway. But I need some irritation management. Not necessarily, not like cortisone, but just irritation management just in general. And I feel like I'm getting better because I don't react to everything, but I react to a lot. I react to a lot, but I try to do better. I don't react as much. Not as much. But like y'all know about a lot of the stuff that irritates me. Stuff like, so little man broke the iron today. That was highly irritating. It was highly irritating because it gave me PTSD about, I can't see those. Yeah, it gives me PTSD because all I can think about is when I go to a hotel and I go put a little water in there. I'm getting ready to rock and roll. Put that damn iron on my clothes, and then next thing you know, all the water leak out on my clothes. And it's not because people been taking care of the iron. It's because folks are rough and reckless with it. They be going off the top rope with the iron. They be trying to do finishing moves with the iron. Well, today he dropped the iron. It felt like it wasn't on carpet, but he dropped it on the floor to the point where a piece broke out. I'm writing, doing some last minute writing for the show, and I hear it hit the ground. Ba-bam! Come on, bro. And then it fell like the bottom down. And he freaked out a minute and was looking at it. And I'm like, pick it up, dude. Like, you do understand, like, that can burn. That irons have burned down houses before. And I didn't want to go into it because I go into it, he gonna find some weird way to ask a question that's gonna divert the conversation somewhere else. And so if I'm like, hey man, you got to be careful with that iron because it can start a fire if you're not careful with it. And he'll be like, huh? Fire? But there's no fire under there. Huh? There's no fire, Mr. Jason. I mean, would it like burn down a house like a volcano? You know what? Never mind. Don't even worry about it. I have to try to get ahead of these conversations. I have to try to, be in front of them just to make sure that I don't mess around and say something that's gonna be rude. So I get in front of it, do it on the front end. That way, I don't have no problems with it on the back end. I shouldn't do that. Yeah, so I don't have no issues on the back end. Now I could, but I try to do better because I don't want to make myself mad by asking questions. I ask the wrong questions then, or I make the wrong comment. He's one of those people, like, he'll take that conversation right on over to first base, and we'll think that we're doing good, and he'll take that conversation right on over to second base. And right as you think we about to round third, go ahead and make our way to third, he keep going right on out to left field. He hang out in left field. And it ain't no reeling him back. Ain't no reeling him back from left field. I have a hard time getting him back from left field. Like the left field part, when he get out there, he be out there. And I'm like, come on, man. Let me bring you on back before I need some irritation management. Because it gets rough out there for me sometimes. Irritation management 101. Like when I tell you getting ahead of it, I had to stop. I don't allow my wife to give directions anymore. She be trying to get it. She be trying to be ahead of the curve when it comes to handing out doing the car directions. Like she want to pull up the address on her phone. Not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'll stop it right now. What's the address? Give me the address. You can just give it to me. It's okay. And I just do it because I know that there are times in which she get down. Oh, there she go. Yeah, she get down into her phone. She get down into the phone, and then there's no. She forget that she giving me directions. And we be riding past the street, and I'm like, I feel like I was supposed to turn there, maybe. Yeah, you were. Huh? Instant. We ride right past. What up, Stace? Right past the damn street. And I be trying not to be mad. I be trying not to be irritated. But that's my irritation management kicking in. I'm doing a whole lot better than I used to be. I'm doing so much better than I used to be. Cause I'd be like, this just makes me so mad. This makes me so mad. Like I used to get mad when people would call my mom. Like the little Medicare people would try to call my mom and get their hustle on. And I'm like, all right, let me go ahead. Irritation management says, hey, have some fun with these guys. They working. They gonna make some more phone calls when you get done. So why don't you entertain them too? And I might have told this story before, but I had one of those guys call my mom and I picked up the phone and I was like, hey, what's going on, buddy? How you doing? And he was like, yes, hello, may I speak to, I was looking for, did you know that you are qualified for Medicare Part B and extra coverage? I was like, am I really? I'm eligible for it? Shoot. That's what's up, man. So what you doing? I am trying to have a conversation about Medicare. Okay. Well, I was like, well, who you looking for? You didn't ask for nobody when you picked up the phone. And he was like, you. That was a good one. That was a real good one. You? I was like, dude, I'm barely 40. Like, I just turned 42. Like, I don't think I'm eligible for Medicare just yet. Like, ain't nothing wrong with me yet. Outside of the mental stuff, ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm straight. Oh, click. The dude hung up on me. Right in my face. And so that leads me to the times in which, you know, yeah, it was rude for him to hang up. But the you was funny. Like, if that's in the script, they have really upgraded these sales scripts. He ain't had no name. That's how I knew he was just making phone calls just to make phone calls. But I hate when I get mad. I hate when I have to laugh at something that would typically make me mad. And so this weekend we sent the boy to bed, and he had been to bed. Like we had played skip bowl and skip when we play cards and stuff. I don't play super hard all the time. Unlike my wife. My wife plays hard every time. She is determined to win every single time. I win, and I don't have to win all the time, but I ain't just gonna let you win. I might let a couple ways that I could win go by, extend the game, because I figure I'm gonna win anyway. Well, I think he caught on, and then he was like, I'm not gonna let you let me win. I'm gonna let you win. And so he started playing off. I'm like, dude, we both can't be playing off. So I ended up winning the game. And then he got real emotional and said that, I'm just so happy that I let you win this game. And it was something that I couldn't give my baby brother. And I'm like, two things. One, you don't have to let me win at anything. I will beat your ass enough. So you don't have to win. Like the series is so lopsided right now. But number two, your brother just turned 3. What is he playing that you need to allow him to win at? He don't know winning and losing at 2 or 3. Stop playing. Like, I'm trying to be nice to you, and now you wanna do some stuff like that. And my wife was like, you know what? Go to bed. You doing all this crying, just go to bed. I'm like, damn, that's rough. That's rough. Okay. So he's upstairs, and like 40 minutes go by. I'm hearing all this boom, 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 boom. Now he's fallen out the bed before. Where he sleeps is right over my head. So I hear everything. This wasn't him falling out the bed. Like, he was up there walking around, bumping around. And so I went in there and I was like, baby. Because he done been up there long enough that he should be able to go to sleep by now, right? So I'm probably going to go up there pretty soon. Next thing you know, I hear boom, 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 boom. Yep. And pretty soon it's now. So I rush up there. This little boy is laid in, he not in the bed. He in the floor on the other side of the bed, wrapped up, and half of his body is wrapped up in a blanket, and the other half is wrapped up in the towel. Come on, man. Like, when I came around the corner and I saw him, I came around the bed and I saw him, and I was trying not to laugh because he looked so, he was trying to pretend like he was asleep, but like 2 seconds earlier, he was just bumping and walking around. Yo, I'm telling you, I was trying not to laugh, and I'm like, boy, if you don't get your silly ass in the bed right now, what you doing? I shouldn't ask him what he was doing, but he was like, I was sleeping on the floor. I was like, why? I slept on the floor when I was younger, so I know what that looks like. We used to make what we would call pallets. You take some covers, you take a pillow, you wrap up on the floor. The way you lay it out, fold it over, boom, you got a pallet. Fam, ain't nobody out here making pallets with a towel. You done wrapped up in the towel. Come on, man, I'm trying. Like, this is funny, and I'm needing to be mad, but it's funny. I think that's one of the hardest things I have to deal with as a parent, is the stuff that's funny, and I need to be mad at it. And he think he be crushing it too when he do something that make me laugh. Like, he like, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going because I'm funny. I've made Mr. Jason laugh. Well, I got this is gold. This is comedy gold that I got right now. I'm glad I'm talking about this right now, because I told my wife that I was kind of a hypocrite. Because when I was coming up, I used to hate when my mom used to tell her friends about the stuff that we did and how we used to get in trouble. I couldn't stand it. And as a super hypocrite, I hop on here on a week-to-week basis, giving play-by-play about some of the stuff that these kids do. Now, here's the worst part. He has this thing in which he gives play-by-play of the stuff that he does. And I hate it. I can't stand it. My wife don't like it either. Like, he'd give you play-by-play on him fixing a bowl of cereal. I'm about to go and get my bowl. Wait, can somebody help me? I gotta get a bowl down. so I can make some cereal. I got about to go in the refrigerator and get the milk out. I'm putting the milk on the counter and I'm about to go and get a spoon out the drawer. Get the spoon out the drawer. I'm about to go in. I'm about to open the box of cereal and pour it into the scoop and put it in the bowl. I'm about to put it in the bowl. And then I gotta pour my milk. And when I pour my milk, now I gotta put the cap back on. And then I gotta put the milk back in the refrigerator. Oh, let me get a napkin so I can clean up this mess that I just made. Because I'm really making a mess. And I shouldn't make a mess, but I'm making a mess right now. And now I gotta fold the bag back up. And I'm gonna put the bag back in the box. Close the box up and push it back to the side. Let me pick up my bowl of cereal and walk it back over to the table where I'm about to eat my cereal. Oh, I forgot. I think I might have to take the trash out. Stop. We don't need to play-by-play everything that you do, kiddo. I promise we don't. We're in here with you. We see you. We don't need to play-by-play. Have you taken it? You know what? Don't worry about it. Just sit down and eat. Can you just sit down and eat right quick? Can't stand him giving a play-by-play about the stuff that he do. On the super hypocrite side of the game, I love getting on here and giving you a play-by-play about the stuff that he does. Our point of views are different. In my defense, our point of views are totally different. Like, he tells his play-by-play is almost like when Facebook first came out. When Facebook first came out, everybody, the older people complained. They was like, we don't want to know that you was eating breakfast today. You're supposed to eat damn breakfast today. We don't care that you had 2 orange slices, a half a waffle, and 2 strips of turkey bacon. Nobody cares about that. That was the old folks. The old folks used to be like that. Shout out to Facebook. Also, real quick before I get out of here, the funniest video I done seen in a long time. Dude named Messiah something on TikTok, but he pretended to be a blind dude with his dog, and it was almost a dog that was on the CD player episode of Martin, in which bruh man stole Martin's CD player, borrowed it, took it upstairs. Martin couldn't find it. It was brand new. He's talking about how it was $400. I don't know what Walkman back then was $400, but Martin had one. Just play regular disc. It's $400. But this dude was walking his fake dog down the street, and he put the dog towards this lady that was walking in the opposite direction. And I guess the lady freaked out, and she grabbed the dog, and the fake dog was still attacking her while she had it. Like, it was off of him doing row, 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 row. And now she holding it up to her neck, and she like row, 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 row. Come on, man. What up, Keith? Kalila. Yo, I'm gonna have to post that thing one time real quick, because that was super hilarious to me. Super, super hilarious. Yeah, I make sure I gotta give dude credit, because that was probably one of the funnier videos that I've seen in a long time. Real quick, before I got time for one more story. Unintentional insults. I spend a lot of time trying to. I talk about a lot of stuff, and I talk about a lot of people. It's a lot of stuff that that I don't like. I say anything pretty much to anybody. Like I don't have that type of filter, but I am allowed to say some of the things that I say because it's not said with any kind of ill intent. Like I'm not trying to hurt anybody or be mean to them when I say some of the things that I say, but I do mean it. And 99.3% of the stuff that I say to about somebody, I say to them. Now, this wasn't even me. This was probably one of the dopest insults that was going to be unintentional that I've seen in a long time. And the boy brought home a form. He brought home a form, Healthy Smiles. This Healthy Smiles form that he brought home. And it was for dentistry services that I guess the school was going to, help provide at a low cost. So however it was going to set up, I didn't really look at it because he had just left I just took him to the dentist a couple months ago, about a month ago. And he was like, oh, so what should I do with it? Should I take it back to school? And I was like, so if you take it back to school, what you gonna do with it? And he was like, well, I can't use it because I already got a dentist, but maybe I can give it to somebody else. And why that would have been so nice and so unbelievably caring. Hey, my man, if you get it to somebody, they might take it the wrong way. Huh? Miss Ivy, huh? Yeah. They might take it the wrong way. You giving somebody, like, who would you give it to? Somebody with some good teeth or somebody with some bad teeth? Like, if you're giving it to somebody with some bad teeth, then they might be offended. Like, you giving this paper to somebody is almost you saying that they need to go to the dentist. Oh. So what if I had a different paper for like a head doctor? Dude. See, there you go. There you go to left field again. And now I'm about to be irritated because we just took this nice innocent moment. And now you done changed it. You done changed this innocent moment in which you were trying to be nice, but you was about to sneak this somebody. And now we back out in left field somewhere talking about head doctors. You reside in left field. Like, no, we are not hanging out in left field today. I don't want to be out there with you. I'm sorry. I'm not going to do that with you. But look, good people, I thank everybody for tuning in today. Hopefully we'll be back at full strength next week. Y'all send some healing energy True's way. And look, good people, if y'all not already following the 710 print shop, go ahead and follow the 710 print shop. We putting out new stuff weekly. We dropping new stuff, yo. You know what I'm saying? That is, and also look, if you're looking to order something, don't send me no DMs. Order from the website, www.the710printshop.com, www.the710printshop.com. And if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in any kind of real estate, go ahead and get at your boy at JH Brown, the Realtor, on Instagram and on Facebook. I'll make sure you get taken care of. If you are not in the Georgia area, still hit me up. Let me help you find somebody. I got you. I got a good network of real estate agents that I work with. So go ahead and get at your boy. I get you taken care of. And until next time, good people, y'all be safe out in these streets. It's a lot going on between monkeypox, between Rona, COVID, between all this senseless killing, people getting ran over in the streets, people getting ran over in their homes, or getting their homes hit. Y'all just gotta be careful out here, yo. But in the meantime, in between times, I appreciate you.